Hi, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Karina, and today I'm going to be taking you guys kind of along our morning, really focusing on baby-led weaning. Baby-led weaning to us does not mean strictly doing finger foods. Okay, my son Rio here is 7 months old, so we did begin solids, or we started him on cereals when he was 4 months. Yeah, I think at 4 months. No one was gonna tell me he had an eye booger. Oh my goodness. No. Okay. Where was I? Yeah, we started baby cereals when he was 4 months, and then we moved up to solids, beginning small pieces of finger foods around 6 months. So he's been doing this for about a month and a half now. He seems to really like it. I feel like this way it's easier for him to get exposed to more foods rather than strictly the baby foods, like the jarred foods that babies get, like Gerber, like I believe Yummy is another brand, things like that at the store that you can just buy. The pureed versions, he likes them, but he just seems to like the finger foods a lot better. Obviously, like, he's learning to grasp with his hand. Thanks for bringing this up. They also serve a good purpose as well for him because he's teething. So a lot of the foods, for example, sweet potato fries, the texture is really good for his teeth, and he'll just nibble and nibble and nibble on it. So let me put him down in the high chair, and then I'm gonna heat up some tamales this morning for him to eat. He tried them yesterday and it was a hit, so we're gonna do that for breakfast, huh? Ugh. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Hands up. Hands up. Hands up, please. Oh, thanks. Put your hands up. We try to stick to a pretty consistent time that we feed him, but there's days like this where he's just super fussy, super hungry. So let me... So this is baby Rio eating in live action. I don't even know why I bothered putting it in this little bowl or plates, which I'll get a little bit more into, but it always ends up being dumped here, either by us, by him. We also have this little cup over here and a small spoon that he uses every now and then, right, puppy? I wasn't able to film just me cutting up his food, which that's all that it really is. I cut it into itty bitty pieces for him to eat like that, but I wasn't able to do that because he kept crying and he was just so hungry. And I wasn't gonna do that to him. Anyway, we have some things here. I was able to bring out some materials that we use right now for baby-led weaning. Again, he's only been doing this for about a month and a half, so these are some things that have worked really well for him. We have 2 suction plates here, and they're both by Mushy. You can find them on Amazon. I believe they were $15 each. Everything that I have, I got off of Amazon, so keep that in mind. They have this section at the bottom, which we thought was such a good idea, you know, because he's always trying to move things around on his tray here or throws it to the floor. And this was such a good idea in our minds, but they're not entirely sticking to his, what do you call it? Oh my goodness, he just dropped all his water. They're not, it's a good idea, but they're not entirely sticking to his high chair here. I'm not sure if it's because this is plastic and this is silicone, but when he drops his entire plate to the floor, it really sticks to the floor. But we still use those. Something else that we use are these bowls, and we stick to these when we're only doing one food. So again, the plates are kind of like if he's eating toast and egg and potatoes, we would divide all of that. In the bowl, we just put, for example, right now he's eating tamales, we just put that in here. But as I mentioned earlier, it always ends up on his tray. He'll either throw it himself on there, right? Or we'll do it for him because it's just easier that way. But still, I want him to get used to seeing and eating food out of this. So there are times where I kind of hold it for him and he's just eating out of the bowl. Another thing that we really like is this small cup. It's so cute. It's literally like the size of half of my hand, my palm, right? This one is by Easy Peasy, and it was also on Amazon, I believe $12. Now this one we just put a little bit of water for him, and I place it exactly like this on his tray with his food, and then a spot for his cup for him to understand if I want to drink some water, I can reach right there. So we put literally very little, and if he needs water, I'll help him. I've started to kind of let go and let him do his thing for him to understand that water will fall out of the cup, and that if he pours it too fast, it'll fall on him. I mean, that's what I'm hoping. I hope he learns that. And we also have some spoons. Now this was a little bit hard, and I'll show you what I mean. First, we bought, no, I didn't buy these. We got this set as a gift. I didn't get off of Amazon, I don't believe. I think it was a gift for our baby shower. So it's just these plastic spoons. They're clear, they're green, and then they're blue. And these I used at the very beginning when we started on cereals, but I quickly found that he was scratching himself with these just because it's harder plastic than our other spoons. So here, even though it's good for him to nibble on and stuff, he would get a lot of scratches around his mouth. We haven't tried them again, so I probably should. We have a lot of those. Another set that I got, I just didn't grab the blue one. We have two of these, and this is the Munchkin brand. Now this you can find at Target, you can find on Amazon, maybe Walmart, but this came in a pack of two. It was a blue one and a green one, and I like these because they are still like plastic, but I like this end. It's not as round as this one. So this was easier for him to just put in his mouth and kind of scoop the food out when, again, we were trying rice cereal. So I really like these, but I didn't buy more of those because I preferred the ones he has now, which is by... This came in a set also on Amazon, and this one is meant to kind of scoop his food as one. Notice how there's not like a hole as there is in this yellow one. This one's purpose is supposed to be more of a teether, and for him to understand that he can scoop things. So he hasn't entirely learned that, but sometimes I'll switch these out. I'll give him this towards the end of his meal when he needs something to just munch on. And then this one I've given him with yogurt on it or stuff like this that he's eating right now. I'll scoop everything here and then offer him the spoon so that he sees the spoon holds all of the food. Again, this is just in my brain. I don't know if babies will learn this super fast, but I'm trying, so that's all that matters. Something I didn't talk about is the bib he's wearing. It's a silicone bib, and it has this little scoop at the bottom to really catch all the food that he's not eating. And that has saved us as well. I'm starting to use those more and more because the times that we don't put a bib on him, he gets it all over his clothes, which is fine. The clothes can just be washed, but it really gets into his thighs. Even though we kind of brush the food off once he's finished eating, here and there, he'll still have little pieces of food stuck. So that has really saved us because the food will just get caught there instead of in his lap and in his thighs. What else? I feel like I went through that really fast. It's not a whole lot of materials that we use. When we first thought of baby-led weaning and the whole process, I thought it was gonna take a lot of money and a lot of materials to do this because I would see people... You okay? Because I would see people... Oh, do you need your spoon? I think we had that mentality because I would see people on Instagram with mats and with big bibs that extend like all the way to your arms to kind of keep them safe, and you don't need all of that. Those things are definitely optional, and by no means do you need that. We just sweep the floor if he makes a mess, and it's not that big of a deal. Another thing I thought we needed was materials for making his food. So the baby world sells a lot of things. For example, they have a small blender to make baby purees, and you don't need that. We've done a few with our blender, just mixing carrots with formula or something like that, you know. Also for cutting foods, they sell materials. They sell a crinkle cutter on Amazon. I haven't bought that quite yet because I feel like it's just easier to cut it with our fingers or with forks, spoon, knives. He's getting frustrated. Would you like some more? Here, I'll cut it for you. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. It's really that simple, just cutting it. Maybe as he gets older and eats bigger foods, then I'll need a crinkle cutter. But right now he's doing well with what we're using. Now, I think I mentioned this at the beginning of the video, I'm not sure, but baby-led weaning to us means just what works for us. We are doing finger foods and real food like this. He's eating what we're eating. We're just having to slightly modify it. For example, if I make eggs, I'm not gonna add a bunch of salt to it the way we would eat it. I'm gonna give him his portion of the eggs first, and then I'll add salt, pepper, whatever other spices to our food. And we're not gonna give him a full tortilla or something, you know what I mean? You like some more? like I was saying, when we go places, we purposely have Gerber pouches for that reason. We take his little spoons, the Gerber pouches, and wherever we are, he's able to eat with us. Let me know if I'm wrong, but at this age, I find like he's not entirely getting full or eating everything. While he kind of clears his tray, a lot of the food, like I mentioned earlier, gets stuck in the bib or in his thighs. So I feel like at this age, he's really exploring with textures and getting to know the foods that he does and doesn't like. It could just be me, I don't know. I think that's gonna complete our video. If you like my content today, please make sure to give my video a like and subscribe to my channel. It'll mean so much to me. Brio and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.